Okay. Hello, dear friends. Okay, this is Joanne. How are you? Good morning. Good afternoon. It's afternoon. Okay, so let's see who's here. Hi, Anna. Are you around? Okay, I'll wait a few minutes and see who comes around. We're going to keep talking about yarn substitutions. And so we're doing a lot of things. We're making a lot of things. So I'll be showing you about it in a minute. Hi, Anna. How are you? Well, I just talked to you a little bit earlier, so I know you're okay. Okay, so let's wait and see who comes in. We'll wait a little bit. The thing is that then the video keeps going and then it makes it very long for people to watch. But yeah, hi, Mrs. Baker. Hello, Tooth Fairy. How are you? Hi, Douglas. Okay, you appeared. Thank you, thank you. How are you doing, Douglas? Hi, Louise. Usha. Okay, how are you? All right, we have more people. Wow, okay. You just dyed your gray hairs? And how does it look? Are you happy with it? Dyed, yeah. You didn't dye your hair. You just woke up, Douglas. It's okay. All right, so we're going to keep talking about yarn substitutions because last time we talked about number 4 yarn. We talked mostly about worsted yarn, worsted weight, and how different number 4 has different thicknesses, because the manufacturer wants you to use a number 7, 8, or 9 knitting needles, but the thicknesses are different and how you need to make a swatch anyway in order to come up with the gauge that you need. Okay, so let's make believe that this, if you don't make your own patterns, then let's believe you have this pattern that says that you need to use a number or whatever yarn, but you can't find it and you're looking for something similar. So one way is to see that the amount of yarns per weight are the same. For example, it says 270 yards, 100 grams. So try looking for the same or more or less the same amount of yards per weight, because that would mean that the thickness would be the same. And another thing is that what if you want to, there are patterns that you don't have to do anything. You don't have to measure. You don't have to do anything. For example, I'm making a scarf here that is from the Knit Crate yarn. So I'm making a scarf. So this is worsted. No, it's DK weight. Okay, so this is from Knit Crate, and it's really, really pretty yarn. And this is wool and silk. Okay, so if when you have something like this, it really doesn't matter which yarn you use, because Even if this is wool and silk, you can still use something like acrylic, something like this. But let's say that the pattern tells you a very strict measurement with that same weight. So if this is a DK yarn, even if it's different materials that it's made of, you can use acrylic because this is a DK yarn. So usually it comes out okay. Usually it comes out the same amount of stitches per inch. So especially if it's a scarf like this, don't worry too much about how many stitches per inch, because if it's a scarf, you don't have to worry too much about it. So for example, this one is 85% wool and 15% silk. And this is 100% acrylic. So you're okay with that as long as you have the same thickness and it looks more or less the same, because these two look more or less the same thickness. See, it's not like, let me show. Oh, okay, there we go. So, all right, so if you find a yarn that is like this, because I'm making a swatch here, I'm going to be teaching a stitch here. So I am making this stitch with a number 4 worsted yarn. And this yarn is the Soft and Sleek from Yarn B. So what if I can't find it, or if I don't find the color that I like? Well, then I can go and look for something else that is very similar in weight. See, these two give me more or less the same amount of yards per weight, even though the yellow one is a little bit thicker. See it? So you have to be careful with those things because it does make a difference. And for example, this is a number 4 yarn. This is the Karen Simply Soft, or the Soft Secret from Yarn B, which is exactly the same yarn with different name. So you can do that. You can change. So it has to be, for example, the Simply Soft can be done with Soft Secret. The Vanna's Choice can be done with I Love This Yarn from Yarn B. So they are all number 4 yarns. And for example, if you want to make I don't know, something like to put over your bathing suit, and it says it should be 100% cotton. So try to find the same yarn that would be 100% cotton, because there's a lot of cottons out there. There's the I Love This Cotton. There's the what is it called? Sugar and Cream, or Peaches and Cream, and all those cotton yarns are very nice for washcloths or something to wear over your bathing suit. Cotton is very, very nice to work with. Very nice for children's sweaters also, because the fiber is so soft, and then it's try to find a soft one, but cotton is very nice to work with. And so it has to do with the similar uh, fiber, like acrylic with acrylic and cotton with cotton, or wool with wool, or wool blend with wool blend. So all those things are very important. Something else that is very important is to see what the washing instructions are. So, for example, if in the same project you're using two different yarns, try to be the same fiber, because what if you use wool blend and an acrylic and you want to wash it as an acrylic? Well, the wool is going to shrink, so it's not going to come out nicely. So try to use the same fiber content, because that would make it very easy to be, to take care of. You with let's say that you're doing a wool blend and you put acrylic. Well, use the instructions for the wool blend, because the acrylic can adjust to anything, but the wool blend doesn't. So all the natural fibers are, you need to see how to wash them, because the natural fibers are like cotton, silk, linen, uh, all those that are natural, that are not acrylic or polyester or anything like that. Anyway, uh, simple fingerless gloves, what is it? Okay, I don't know what you're talking about because I haven't been paying attention. And that's what happens. Yes, the thick yarn goes fast, but it doesn't. It depends on the look you like, because, see, if it's a fancy one, then do something like this. But if this is going to be like a scarf shawl, so it's kind of in the middle between a scarf and a shawl. But it depends on the look that you want, because if you want it to be nice and warm and fast, then you can use a thicker yarn. Yes, you're right, Douglas. So yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you, Teferi. Thank you, Mrs. Baker. Tell me about Mrs. Baker. Okay, so I have two things that my daughter asked me to talk about. And one is that we're giving away the instructions for pumpkins. And I don't even know where they are, but Anna knows, and she's going to post a link to the pumpkins that we have. I think we have one that is a knit one and one that is a crochet one. So Anna is going to post those. And remember that for Halloween, we also have the little ghosts. So those are fun to make. And what else? Yes, the pumpkin patterns. They are a lot of fun to make. I remember we once made it with this glowy yarn, the glow in the dark yarn, and they were a lot of fun. So please look them up. We have some that we posted not last time, but the time before, as fall projects. So anyway, we have the ghosts. We have a whole bunch of stuff now. A knit garter stitch scarf. Eh, okay. Thank you, Louise. Hi, Jeannie. Okay, the yarn weight. Let me tell you how to tell. The yarn weight comes in a little square like that. So let me see if you can see it. Let me take a little bit of this light out of here. Okay, the yarn weight shows there. See, it says number 4 right there. Most yarns have that little thing there. see, like this one says it's a tiny, tiny, tiny. Let me show you. See, it says number 4 right there. So that's how to tell which yarn, which thickness it is. So let me see where I have that thing, because number 1 yarn is fingering. Number 1 is fingering yarn. Number 2 is, let me see where I have that little paper. Number 2 is the baby or the sports. Number 3 is DK yarn. Number 4 is worsted. Number 5 is a thicker one. So let me, I don't know where I left that one. Whoops. Okay. So, but yes, it says in all of these things, it shows the weight. Let me show you. This one doesn't show, see the Uru yarn, the knit crate yarn doesn't have a little number, but it says DK. So you know that DK means number 3. So there we go. That's where most yarns show you the number. Some of them have a less than, but within the tag, the first little square tells you the number. So I hope I was of help, Jeannie. Halloween pom-poms? Okay. Hi, little brat. I love your name. Magical hooking and crocheting some for easy stuff. Yes, hats are very, very easy. We have a very nice pattern. It's called knit. It's ribbing pattern. It's knit 3 purl 3 hat, and it's like the basic. And then from there, you can change any pattern. Any ribbing pattern looks nice for a hat. So usually hats, we have the same. My head is a little bit smaller, and Anna's and my son's is a little bit larger. But measure your head, and that would be okay. Magical hooking. DK is short for Denmark. All right. Thank you, Tiff Fairy. This is Anna. She's the one that has been writing everything down, and she is my angel. She's the one that does all the computer work and searches and pastes all the information and the links and all that. Okay. Okay. Neat. Thank you very much for coming and seeing us. And Anna is my angel. She has always been my angel. So I have 2 angels, my daughter and my sister Patricia. She's my other angel. Hi, Mary. Where are you? Mary Lloyd, where are you? Okay, I don't see you. But welcome. With cable stitch pattern, choose the basic. Yours are too tight. Okay, I'll do the basic. I'll do it very slowly, the basic cables. Okay. Yeah, well, everybody has. Hi. In your car? No, don't drive and text. Don't do that. Don't do that. So with your hat, Douglas, you can take any instructions, and if your head is larger than the instructions show, you might want to change either to a thicker yarn or to bigger needles. So that's just a tip. Oh, and a chair. Okay, not car. Okay. Thank you, Mary. Mary and I went to Austin last uh, on Sunday, and we went to the yarn shop, and it was a very funny experience because I did my shopping, she did her shopping, and then she asked the people there to, they turn it into this ball because that was a skein, and it took them 2 hours to unravel one of the skeins. So we were there, we were chilling out because there's a lot to see in those places. So, okay, we went and sat at the classroom, and then we went and had lunch. So that was very nice. Very, very nice. The basic knit hat, yeah. Try looser stitches, yes. And the only way would be to use larger needles or thicker yarn or both. So we also have cable projects. Maybe you want to check. Yes, we have cable projects, but I think a lot of people have been wanting to do more of cable stuff. So I'm going to do a video. I don't know if we have a video on that. Oh, okay. Okay. Two things that Anna told me. One was the free pumpkin instructions that we're going to be giving away, and also uh, the Teespring store. Please check it out because it's very interesting. Anyway, thank you. We will have some cable projects soon. Maybe a hat. Maybe a hat with cables. Yeah, maybe we can do that, and because that would be like a ribbon because you can have the cable and then pearls and then another cable and pearls. So I'll come up with a design for that. Cable hat. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for being with us. Please take care, and I will see you next Wednesday at noon. And thank you, everybody. Magical Hogan. I love that. Those your names are just awesome. Nice to see you. I love you, everybody. Thank you, Anna. Love you, everybody. Nice to see you, Douglas. Thank you, Tooth Fairy. Okay. Bye bye. See you next Wednesday.